All right, so this is game two of round one from the Get Your Game On Store Championship in Ann Arbor on February 20th. Max is on the left playing Blue Sun.
Yep, got that sweet ID.
Yep, nice. And we have another Wizard player on the right, Chris.
Hello, and I'm also rocking some sick purple sleeves. Really
Yeah.
classy.
So, Max, tell me about your Blue Sun deck and what you're trying to accomplish.
So, normally I am a Murder Blue Sun player, but this is actually Vegan Boot Camp Blue Sun. Its goal is just to make money and score out.
Right. And Chris, you're a runner
This
deck.
is just the generic Dumble Fork big boy. Uh, took it to one store champ, got third with a like a weird janky 54 deck RP that really held me back. But yeah, this deck is just insane. Honestly, it's nothing new, but this deck is just honestly insane. And
Yeah,
then getting your wild side and money out on
that's a good
the
start.
yeah yeah sure gamble wild side money draw. It's super good, especially against Blue Sun. You're trying to race for credits. I feel like.
Yeah. And this was an interesting store championship because the Wizard deck became really big, uh, and it's probably still big as we're commentating now. So everyone decided to bring Wayland to counteract it. So there was a
Everyone brought the sick tech.
so yeah, there was a heavy Wayland uh, amount. I think there was only like two HB and a fair amount of NBN.
Yeah,
Yeah, if I remember, it was mostly Wayland and yellow, one HB and about two Jinteki, if I'm mistaken.
it sounds like most of the store champs here in the Michigan area.
Right.
Yeah,
I think overall it was a successful strategy. I think uh, the Shapers matchup versus Wayland actually pulled Shaper above Anarchs in the end.
Yeah,
yeah. At least for me, when I came here, I actually got a lot of Elizabeth Mills, and a lot of the Waylands just seemed to be prepared for this Wizard deck,
Right,
and I wasn't prepared for that counter, or
right,
yeah,
yeah.
that counter matchup. So honestly, did not do as hot as I planned.
Yeah, that's, I think if you stick with Wizard and practice it a lot, you can handle the counters that Wayland or HB or someone may place. But if you're just trying it out for a little bit and you run into some counter decks, then it means it's a little tougher.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, a big mistake that I'm seeing like right off the bat that I'm making is face checking Blue Sun is most probably more than likely it's just a mistake to try to face check because
yeah.
they will definitely have the money and they can just get that back, and it's not a super it's not a what would I say, it's not it's not like other matchups like NBN or something else where they have to just spend money on stuff to
Right,
keep you out, because Blue Sun obviously can just take back all their money and then get a whole bunch in one turn.
Yeah. And
exactly.
you face planted into an assassin and it costs you 5 credits.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to let you take three net damage, especially if I don't have I've had worse. And from what I see, it doesn't really look like I have any I've had worse, and I don't want to even check the chance
Right.
so early in the game.
You do have a David, and that does help a lot against
Yeah.
some of the oversight AI tricks. So you could possibly threaten their economy
hmm
in that route.
or if I draw any cutlery,
Right.
it's definitely really good against that.
Right.
But the thing about Blue Sun is it's also hard to cutlery. Kiv just uploaded a video about him with him playing Whizzard against Blum's Blue Sun, and he was just talking about how hard it is to actually get a cutlery combo off, just because of how hard it is to keep an ice on the field for more than a turn or two. And then I actually do get to pop off a fort and get rid of that assassin, so that was good.
Yeah. Yep. Some good tech there with uh, Archer there. So that's
Yeah.
you can't cutlery Archer very well without actually spending
Yeah,
the cost, either mostly with Faust to actually break it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need 2 Davids at least, or the Faust, which I do have, but still, that's what 6 strength. That's still 3 cards and 3 David counters.
Right.
That's just way too much. I feel like.
And you decided, it looks like Max decided to take multiple turns to score that Oaktown. Why
Yeah.
not
No,
just
I didn't
keep
want to
getting
just let him into HQ. I see
right,
I've got Jackson Howard,
right.
so I
Hmm.
don't need to let him
Yeah.
kill that for free.
Yeah, one of the
And
few
honestly,
things he
when you
can
have the
trash.
hive out, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
When you have the hive out,
Right.
and right now most wizards aren't playing any corroders, it's really good early game. It's super good. Faust, and that's 6 cards at the very
Yeah.
beginning of the game.
Hmm.
There's almost 0% chance you're gonna
Yeah.
get.
And I'll trade, like 10% of your deck in order just for you to steal 2 points.
Yeah, no, it's even though I have Levy, it's still like
Right.
it's really hard with Wizard. I find that when your board is really early, like mine is right now, it's really hard to decide what you get rid of and what you don't. And honestly, now that I'm not even drawing pancakes, that's also hurting me a bit.
Right. But both of you are pretty poor in this early game. Uh,
I mean, he's Blue
Yeah.
Sun.
right. Well, he did have, I think, taking away that assassin took away
Yeah.
some of his banked credits.
Yeah, the thing with Wizard is you want to just pressure all of their remotes, their centrals, get rid of their ice. So I feel like Blue Sun versus Wizard is a really fun matchup because it is like two titans just butting heads against each other until one of them falls.
Right. So yeah, just having the heavy ice trashing threat from the cutlery, even though it's hard to pull off, is one way to keep Blue Sun poor.
Hmm. Yeah, so right now it just seems pretty.
Yeah. It's one
Yeah.
of the reasons that Blue Sun has had to cut out Curtain Wall for the most part. It's too much of an investment just for it to get knifed and then
Right.
have no negative consequences.
Yeah, you rather have them have a chance to trash one of their programs with Orion than Curtain Wall. So you're running 2 Orion and 1 Curtain Wall, or what's
Yes.
okay?
Although recently they've said other big ice are nice, but Janus is better.
Right.
So I've got 3 Janus in my current Blue Sun deck.
I just watched a game with Janus's in a Blue Sun deck, and it gave my friend Bryce 3 brain damage. So that was an interesting game to watch. Went
Right.
on for far too long just
Right.
because of that card. But
That turns out when you're Faust based and you take 3 brain damage.
questionable play I did last turn was I used I've had worse, and I don't know exactly what I was looking for because I had 2 credits. Luckily
Yeah.
enough, I did draw liberated accounts and a career fair,
So that worked out.
so that looked out. But now that I'm thinking about it, definitely a wrong choice on my part. And I do have another liberated accounts in my hand, so the money situation is definitely looking good right now. And then just data sucker farming because no CVS in archives makes Wizard a
Right.
happy person.
Right. And Max, what are you looking for? You've dug pretty deeply with that Jackson. Was there anything specific at this point you wanted to see?
Trying to shore up the remote a little more. I had lost the Ash, and because Hive is a little bit weaker, and he's got the Faust out, before I start scoring, I'd like to see another Ash.
Makes
So,
Yeah,
sense.
definitely getting that early Ash. I don't remember doing that, but definitely looking back at this video, trashing that
you
Ash
stole it out of
just
HQ
gave
early.
me a huge yeah. Getting the HQ Ash just gave me huge time to set all this up because right now you could just be scoring agendas out willy nilly because I have
Yeah.
0 credits.
I know I've got a Project Atlas in hand here, and it looks like I'm trying to set something up.
And right now I'm calling what I like to call is like the noise dilemma. It's like when I used to play a little bit of noise, and me and my friend Bryce used to play a lot of noise. And there's a lot of parts. There's a lot of parts in the game where, Corp has 2 points, and then they just put down a new remote or face down card, and you just kind of have to say sometimes you're like, you know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna run your HQ, run your R&D. You think I don't care if you spend a whole turn and 3 money to try to keep me or try to score it, and then also the money to keep me out.
Right.
That's probably what I'm trying to think of right now.
It's
That
just
hive is not
against
looking fun.
yeah, but against Blue Sun, it's I'm not really investing the money and keeping you out.
Yeah, it's not really an investment, which really, man, Blue Sun is just really good. That's
Right.
all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's rough against Busan. I think the best you can hope for is bouncing off big barriers so that they take multiple turns to reset their credits.
Yeah. Here we are moving to 2 Davids out.
Right.
2 Davids. I don't remember exactly why. Maybe my hand was just full of stuff. There's a medium and a parasite. Obviously, the parasite's not gonna do me any good. Looks like I knifed it. Hit a
Yep.
Caduceus. Caduceuses are really annoying,
Yep.
even with the data sucker. But I used the data sucker on
Right.
the hive already,
Right.
so has plenty of money to keep me out. Remember exactly what happens here. That's another thing that's interesting is the liberated accounts. So a lot of times I play down liberated accounts, click it a few times to get more like daily cast or something out, and then I kind of look down. I'm like, oh, I haven't been using it, and it's really hard for click management when you have the wild side at 3, and then you have this liberated accounts, and then you have to balance your money.
Yeah.
So.
And you let me trace you out, and then I got the Atlas.
Yeah. Did you spend 3, or did you trace it up at all?
Yeah, I believe I did.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense. So here I am doing I've had worse. I have absolutely no idea what I'm looking for right now.
Have you?
Am I looking for more money?
So you basically decided that he's not doesn't have any scorch threat at all.
I actually funny story. I was gonna wait for a little bit more in this game, but I always assume Waylon is doing some like cheeky meat damage stuff, so I wanted to try to make sure I had as many cards as I want. Sometimes my brain kind of goes on autopilot and I forget how many cards I have in my hand, like I'm doing right now, being an idiot. But about halfway through this game, another player, Ryan, comes in and he's talking to Max. He's like, "Oh, so I heard you're doing vegan build, right?" In the middle of the game, and I didn't say anything, but I'm just like, "Oh, okay, so I don't have to worry about scorched earth or anything. All I got to worry
The
about
same
is
week
taking all
I
their
go to
stuff."
meat damage, you go to vegan?
That's what he said, and I was just like, I was laughing because I was like, "Well, you're technically not supposed to say that, but."
Yeah, I'm not sure if that happened already because you've already, I think, discarded a Plascrete and you've used 2 I had horses. So
Yeah,
I don't think that
if
really
he
had a
hasn't
bearing
walked
on
in
this.
and told me he's not playing it, then if he hasn't done that, then I'm gonna go back to like go play Jinteki for 8 hours until I
Right.
grind that into my head or something. So I finally get the pancakes out, and I'm just so happy right now. And you have the wild type pancakes. It's so nice.
Yeah. Now you just need to get some more credits, or at least, well, maybe not. Maybe now you can just run anywhere. You got 2
I mean, the
Davids.
credits. Honestly, the situation right now is looking really well for me.
Right.
Honestly, I don't have any points, but I do have a place to have data suckers, which will be important in the future when he tries to oversight an Orion, and I get 8 counter data sucker and then parasite it. So that was really fun. But
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
yeah, spoiler alert. I can't. I wanted to hold that in, but I guess I can't. But probably right now, what's going through my mind is I need a pressure HQ because I can't let you just score out on me.
If I remember correctly, I think you just run archives a lot right now.
Yeah, or maybe do drawing.
Yeah,
Oh, I've had worse.
yeah, there's
I've
the
had
third
worse.
one.
More I've had worse. I really like to use the I've had worse.
It's nice.
Clone ship for. I'm not really sure.
Well,
Maybe
I mean,
probably
you have a
parasite.
parasite. Yeah, that makes the
Yeah,
most
probably
sense.
parasite because I'm getting all these data suckers up. There's the Orion. Oh man.
Yep.
And there I'm like, oh boy.
You're like,
Sadly,
how many
its
cards
second
do I have?
subroutine is very blank.
Right.
Yes, and I noticed that, which is fine for me because I'm not even knifing it or anything, so I don't have to worry about that. Caduceus.
I remember we moved into the game of where's the Caduceus. The answer for you was
My dice, my die was definitely on Caduceus. I accessed that Caduceus.
Yeah. All
Plenty of
phasers point towards Caduceus.
all phasers on Caduceus. And I think you just keep on putting Caduceus on HQ, or you keep on putting Caduceus in really annoying spots, and I never
Right.
drew the forked or had the parasite to take care of it. Yeah, that was really annoying.
Yeah, you just kept running into it everywhere.
Right.
It was just, that's the one thing I hate about Blue Sun is obviously when they take it back into their hand, they can put it anywhere they want, but it's always like good Blue Sun players. I feel like need to predict where the runner's gonna go, and they can just keep on hitting
There
you
you
with
go. That's a rough.
annoying ice.
That's a rough remote
And
to run into.
here's a really rough hit.
Both David counters go to the assassin, and up comes Archer.
Mm. So I have to pump the data suckers, get it down to I think 2, which is not the worst. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
4 cards for an archer. Medium, career fair. All my resources are up. Yeah, sure. Gamble's kind of like a whatever you feel like if you want to get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to necessarily break, use another card for the 2 credits.
Yeah, at this point.
And Jackson Howard flees home.
And the Jackson Howard. So yeah, definitely should. I forget what your color tokens correspond to, but I think right now you have 13 credits.
No, the orange is a 5. I've got 8.
You have 8 credits. Okay. Yeah. So definitely in breaking the 2 credit. The corp gains 2 credit is questionable.
Right.
So just Jackson shuffles. That's your second Jackson or your third one?
That's the second one.
That's the second one.
There's a upgrade on HQ.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That's what. Yeah. Some people put Jacksons in different places.
Yeah, that's
Oh my gosh.
There's toll booth.
There's the toll booth. Don't want to deal with that right now. So I think
Just in time for all the Davids to be empty.
Yep.
I think you went and checked archives for a data sucker. I don't
No,
know if
I
you're going
checked,
to HQ.
HQ.
Because
Yeah.
I'm broke.
Got the Crisium grid. What was
Yep.
the upgrade on HQ? Or was there?
I'm pretty. Yeah, because I know I have another Jackson in the deck.
Did I-
I'm pretty sure I have a second. I don't know actually.
it might have been.
Oh
Did
yeah.
I access that?
I-
Because I accessed that. Oh.
No, maybe it's just 2 Jacksons there.
Might-
Yeah, maybe
might you-
I thought I saw 3 cards.
Did you have your ID like
I
flipped over?
forfeited an agenda.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Card
Okay.
was.
All right.
It was that Atlas.
So an interesting thing that was going on with the Archer was I wasn't trying to. I was trying to make it so Max right now has very low credits, and what I wanted to do was kind of bait out him trying to grab the Archer back. Obviously, he has the toll booth, but what my plan was at this time was try to pressure enough remotes and centrals so that he had to get rid of that Archer. Because if you're desperate for money, I don't know how to play Blue Sun, but you obviously don't want to get rid of your Archer. But if you're desperate for money, cornering you in that tight situation could benefit.
Yeah. Although, if I'm in a situation where 4 credits makes all the difference,
Yeah,
it's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's a rough situation.
Like right now, you have what is that?
7.
7
But
credits.
There's the Elizabeth Mills.
and then
to
here's
get
the
wild
tech.
side.
Yeah. So now you have a bad pub,
Yep.
which is I'm totally fine.
Very useful when you're a Faust-based deck, I've heard.
Yes, very useful. And I think I just hard install a
Yep.
liberated.
Then you liberate some credits off of it. I think you were looking at the fact that you were out of wild sides at this point.
Right. And it looks like you only have a few cards left.
Yeah, I think I drew.
Looks like a
right
fork.
now, because I was a little stunned. I was like, "Oh wow, I forgot about that card." So right now, just pressuring HQ somewhere. Yep, there's Caduceus.
You almost have enough to parasite that toll booth now.
Yep.
Yeah, but then if I just, yeah,
I think all
maybe I
his.
should have done that.
I think
I
all
probably
the
should've-
parasites were in the bin.
Well, but I had a clone chip.
Right.
But I don't have any memory. But then I have the David.
Yeah. Might maybe running archives and hitting that toll booth. Might have been a good play at that point.
Yeah.
Getting.
I probably should have been picking the toll booth up, but I
Right.
didn't want to take the tempo hit of reinstalling it.
Yeah.
And you might have a spoon in there, but
So I draw the same old thing, which is beautiful for me because I have to levy soon. And it was really funny because now, there's
You
wild
did,
side.
yeah, you did draw a
Yep,
wild
the
side.
last card in the deck.
There is the wild side, and I have a joke with Stevie, and I was like, dude, what do I do with the Elizabeth Mills tech? He's like, dude, just install another wild side. You got like 5 of them in your deck. It's pretty true.
Yeah.
That's all I do. And I think you did Elizabeth Mills this one and then another one.
Yeah, I've been holding interns for a
Right.
while.
Yeah, you did see it. You did see interned when you ran on HQ.
Yeah, it's the first card in my hand there, which tells me, yep, there's hedge fund, but sometimes you gotta stop and make money, you know?
Right.
Yeah, definitely
Especially
what I'm
when
doing.
he's the 0 deck with wild side out. I don't need to blow it up yet.
Yeah, it's not doing him any good for the next couple turns.
Yeah, I don't need him to shuffle 3 wild sides in when he can just shuffle 2 in.
And here comes the levy.
Yep.
Probably wanted, like I'm saying, this is the problem with liberated accounts is trying to think about when you're gonna levy so you can have the maximum value of getting that liberated accounts back. And I actually did put the same old thing in my score area, so I'm glad I grabbed that back.
Right, right.
That's
It's the
definitely
levy
not what
that
I
goes
want
out
in
of
my
the game.
score.
Yeah,
Remove same old thing from the game.
right.
I think my plan here was just draw 5 and then last click do something cool. I don't know. Probably take a liberated. Pretty poor.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You also didn't trash the Davids before you levied, did
Yeah, I just realized that too. That was a really big bonehead move. But I'd never really had the chance to install anything really.
you? You were holding a parasite there for a while, I think.
Yeah, I think definitely looking back on this, I should have
Yeah,
taken
there's
care
the
of that.
interns
Right.
for Elizabeth Mills.
Yeah, and then you trash that.
Yep.
And
Bye-bye wild side.
And I think, I think, is there one in my hand? I remember I remember whenever you trash my wild sides, I just get them back super early. I think it's the
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
can
did.
there
see
it is.
it in your
Nope,
hand.
there it is. Yeah. Oh boy. Not Elizabeth Mills was not happy that day.
No.
Trash 2 wild sides, just install them right back. So there's the parasite.
She
Can't
just,
stop the party.
yeah, she's just like, as much as I try to shut down that party, it keeps moving.
It's just party keeps on trucking.
Yeah, it might have been the best play to use that clone chip before the levy, get those Davids
To
in
try
there.
to get something out.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
it's
know what
not.
it would
Yeah,
be.
you're not max. So having a clone chip after a levy doesn't do you a whole lot of good.
Plus, having the Davids just out in your board, both of them, is just a super awkward spot because you
Right.
need, if you have no deck or if you're like halfway through and you have most of your programs in your heap, you need 2 clone chips to
Right.
get a full David out.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just super awkward to have Davids out. So yeah.
You do have a parasite. You do have 5 virus counters.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm not attacking the toll booth, but here comes the Orion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think I ran into that. Yeah, I'm just hard face planning right into that. I don't remember what I do here. But
I'm pretty sure it involves breaking at least the first 2 subroutines.
Right.
yeah,
You are
because at this
certainly
point you don't
thinking.
want to have. I'm certainly thinking. I'm certainly thinking right now about what I would do in this situation.
Right.
Because
otherwise, Faust and Data Sucker are very likely to bite it.
yeah. All right. So what do I do? Wild side because you don't have. I trust you want Elizabeth Mills me for the 3rd time.
Yeah, we've seen
am I
every
just get rid of
wild.
everything? I think I might be. Ooh, vegan decks. Yes, please.
Yep.
And I get another data sucker.
Yeah, it might have been a good idea to use a couple of those data sucker
Yeah,
counters.
definly could have been.
Oh, I actually
there
think
you
his
go.
plan here. I think he runs archives twice more and then parasites the Orion
That's
because he discarded it.
Right.
okay. That's what I was thinking of. I thought you oversight AI'd it, but that's even better when you hard res it. And
Yeah, and I
Right.
have 3 credits left.
am I that smart though?
I mean, the other option would be to just run and break it with forked.
Yeah, but I already
Yeah, yeah,
discarded.
you don't have.
Discarded.
Yeah, you need a few more cards in your hand.
Definitely talking about something. Definitely thinking. What's going through my mind?
Deep in the think tank.
Deep in the think tank.
Now, in your remote, Max, is that Ash or
That
Jackson
is
or?
Jackson Howard.
Okay.
Definitely trying to bait me. I was thinking about that whole game. I was like, is that just bait? And I mean, getting rid of Jackson Howards are important, but going through an Archer for them is not something I particularly want. So
Right.
yeah, I do Parasite the Orion. Am I smart enough? Is this do I trash the David? Am I banned from tournaments now?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
At
All right,
least
I was
one of them.
Trashed David.
I was getting scared a little bit. Never invited to a tournament ever again.
I'm not sure
And
why
there's
not.
Caduceus
Set
again.
phasers to Caduceus.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure why you kept one on the board, but at least you got rid of one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's
I just
he's
remembered,
already
yeah.
used his clone chip, so it's not like he can bring it back anyway.
No, I have no. There's two in the deck, unless I broke clone ship with a Faust. There's the double.
I don't know. I bet you could set phasers to Caduceus on that HQ.
Oh yeah, I bet you could. So Max, what were you thinking about? Because I don't play Blue Sun a lot, so I want to know what's going through your mind right now.
I know I have an Adonis in my hand because
Mm-hmm.
I saw it there. I need to be able to make enough money to keep you out of at least HQ before I pick up the Jackson, throw the Adonis down, because I need the 4 credits to get Adonis online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you don't want to go for.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I just forget to pick up Tollbooth. I'm like, man, I need money. I need money. Man, I could
I'm
use
so
money.
poor. I'm so poor.
Oh, and then here he goes. There it goes.
Yeah, Wizard's using his credits.
Yay! Finally. Yeah, finally got a good HQ access. Get more data sucker tokens.
And at this point, I think I could be happy to find another hostile takeover. And while I'm throwing a lot of bad pub there, I need the money. And right there, I drew Cyberdex.
Mm-hmm.
I actually decided to overdraw so that I could discard it, because I was like, well, maybe he'll just keep sucker farming archives.
Yep.
And you never ran there again first.
Oh boy. My mind. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I love myself.
I also want to try to get set up right now. I've got another interns in hand, and being able to kill that wild side would be nice.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
you've blown up 22 credits of ice so far this game.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, bro?
But in fairness, 15 of that was the Orion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the fact
Right.
that it was 20. Yep, there he goes forking my Caduceus.
Yeah, it's right now I could totally tell that I was kind of taking back this game a little bit. Max was at the 1 credit, and I was trying to force him to pick up the toll booth or the Archer. Interns Caduceus. That's the only card in his deck. Apparently.
Exactly. He's got 3 of each all the time.
I actually know at this point I've got no agendas in my hand, and I hit an extreme dry spell here. At this point, I was like, I wish I'd seen agendas at some point, because he was locked out of that remote pretty well. And I wanted to just keep getting agendas through it, but they weren't showing up.
Why not Jackson draw for them? It was just
because by the time that third Jackson showed up, he was already starting to threaten stuff.
Right, I guess, and not. I think you only have 1 credit at this point, so.
Yeah, like right now I can't do it, but before the Orion blew up, I was plenty rich enough to go for it.
So I spooned R&D.
This is killing the toll booth. Yeah, and this is where I'm like, why didn't I pick up that toll booth? I know that deck runs spooned. I'm running the same deck.
Yeah. Oh man, just killing an 8 credit ice with
I am now to
with
30
5
credits
and a few data suckers, and I just get into R&D. basically for 5 credits, and now I just have free reign. Oh,
Yeah.
here I am. I'm really bad with deciding what to get rid of with Faust. I decided I don't need the turntable this game.
Yeah.
Memory wasn't really an issue right now since I don't have parasites up for that long. Pretty much deciding that this board is going to take me to the final game or it's going to lose me.
Right. Yeah, maybe the best case scenario is taking away a global food for a hostile takeover with that turntable, but there's only one hostile
Give him
left.
a global food?
No, no,
Oh no,
yeah,
no,
if he
I get the hostile. Okay.
right. If he
Okay.
scores a global food and you turntable it,
Now
Yeah.
I've got that sick filth tech on R&D and forgot about the 2 bad pub. So the hunter I just installed there was a 1 credit tax.
I remember that too. Oh, I remember that too. Oh, bad pubs. So I'm running an HQ. I forget what the ice was on HQ. Oh, there's the Crisium.
Something I couldn't afford, probably Caduceus or something.
Probably Caduceus. If you had 1 more credit, bet you would be
Yeah.
pretty happy.
Discarding daily casts, you've decided you are set enough on money.
I decided I'm going to try to win this game in the next few turns with 0 points.
right?
That's what goes through my mind.
There's the clone chip.
Go for that, and I'm like, oh
Hunter.
yeah, that's a card. I was like, oh yeah,
Sick.
what does that do again?
And I think it took you a little bit to realize the bad pub as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah. Spiderweb.
Spiderweb.
Spiderwebs. Yeah, that's more substantial, but
Yeah, Spiderweb.
But turns
So,
out clone chip parasite.
it's pretty good.
Clone Chip's Parasite, I heard, was a pretty good, good combo. So now
If
he
I
has
can
this
make a
1 credit
recovery.
tax.
Yeah, if I can make a recovery, you are locked out of David now. But it turns out getting ice that's big enough to warrant Daviding off of 0 credits pretty hard to do.
Right.
What am I gonna do? Pick up my hunter for 1 credit back?
Yeah, right now I'm just like free reign in all your centrals, except for archives because I just telepathically knew you just tried to put a trap in there. So looking really bad for you right now, Max.
Yeah.
Even though you are
Right.
up.
If only you had a medium at this point. I think you
That's
discarded
gonna
one of
change
them.
very soon.
Yeah.
But yeah. Right now I'm like, okay, I'm up on this game. I need some more money. Here comes the daily cast. Like to see a medium.
Right.
And honestly, medium's a really interesting card. I feel like, oh, Max, you did take that for 1.
Yeah,
What?
I got my
Yeah.
credit back. Because I thought to myself, well, that's just not doing anything. I'll take my credit back.
Yeah, good choice. But I talked to my friends a lot about medium because it is a really good card. But it's
I can
interesting.
see it in your hand.
Here it is.
Right.
But it's interesting how it only really works if you're like already winning.
Right.
Like if the tempo is fully on you, then you like the medium's the perfect card.
Or if you have a window to be winning, and it helps you further that along, and in Netrunner, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, Netrunner, that's not a bad thing, but it's like compared to stuff like R&D interface, where you can just slap one down and slowly build your RDIs, and then do a huge maker I run. With medium, it's like okay, it's all virus based. So if you're already behind, the corp can take a whole turn. Excuse me. If the corp can take a whole turn purging and not really care, then it's not really worth the $3 in the clicks. Honestly.
There you go. Same old spooning
Same
my
old spoon.
Enigma.
Get that ice out of here. I'm actually really surprised how many ice I killed this game. Then
We're
again,
up
it's
to 37 credits worth of ice have died.
all right. And then
There you
here
go.
comes the agendas. This is what I like to see. And yeah, now Max.
Yeah, I see
you're
I
still
drew a
trying
hedge fund, but
Hey.
I can't even afford that unless I pick up the archer. And honestly, I think picking up the archer was probably the correct play, but I didn't want to uninvest in it.
Yeah, especially after sacrificing
Yeah,
a 2-point
but-
agenda
Yeah.
in the first place.
But then again, you do have the hostile, so it's not that bad if you can, because you obviously need money. So it's not that bad because right now I'm not pressuring that remote at all. So that $4 right to res, that $4 can definitely go to somewhere else like that hedge fund. So here comes the meeting.
This was actually my first game with vegan Blue Sun, so
Yeah,
Oh,
just kind of figuring it out.
yeah, I've been playing Murder Blue Sun for 8 months straight.
there's that toll booth.
Yep. I think that's actually how Ryan figured out that I was on vegan, is because I had points scored.
Exactly. You're like, hold
And
on,
it's
you
like,
don't do
oh, you
that.
actually have points score, and you're not playing
Yeah.
breaking news, and you're not NBN.
Your
It's great.
your hives aren't
Yeah.
monstrous.
Yeah.
Hives
The
don't
deck
have
I
five.
usually run, I never score points. So, who wants to make Hive worse?
Right.
Not this guy.
So I had Parasite in hand. I think
Yep.
yep. I had Parasite that. Get that out of here. I won't even
When-
let you have one credit.
Yeah, wouldn't want me getting one back.
I won't let you have any money right now. Oh, there's the oversight. There's someone else I didn't see. So I think right now, just keep on pressuring R&D because I
Yeah.
know you want to have an agenda. You're just dying to see an agenda right now, and I want to make sure I see that
There's the
before.
Caduceus.
Caduceus every day.
Right.
Oh,
Still rough to break through.
yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm running HQ, to be
Yeah.
honest. I've seen so much from R&D.
Well, it's probably because all you've seen is interns.
Yeah, you really miss seeing that interns. How are those guys doing?
Right here is actually really important. I actually remember this. Seeing that assassin was really important during the game. Don't want to spoil it or anything, but here's another agenda. So now I'm winning. And this is honestly the great thing about Whizzard is like the tempo. As I feel like as long as you're not playing against something like NEH or something that's going super insanely fast, if the corp gives you just even a millimeter
Right.
to a breathing room, you can just absolutely destroy them and come back.
And here's where it's relevant is because I went up
Yes,
to
here's
5,
because
hedge funded in iced R&D.
So now what's going through my mind is I don't want that to be an assassin. So I say, hey, let's go run HQ. See if I can poke around a little bit, find some information.
Yeah, because you're
Don't know what
almost
I'm
out of deck again.
I'm almost out of deck.
That was
Right.
actually my goal at this point is don't lose until he's out of deck. At
Yeah.
that point, he cannot break in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unfortunately, don't have like 3 levies.
Yeah.
Not max.
Which is why I never bothered getting Elizabeth Mills back, because you were almost out of deck the second time.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I don't need another bad pub or whatever.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So. Oh, okay. More money. It's always good.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
right now what's going through my mind is, okay, I need some money. I need to win this game really fast. I'm in a really good spot because he didn't purge. Don't have any clone chips though, so I'm scared about what that ice is. So
At this point, yep.
and I see
there's
the
the
assassin, I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
You killed one, so it may most likely not on R&D.
So I'm not afraid of R&D really anymore. And then
Yeah.
Max looks at my heap.
This is the point where I'm thinking maybe I can start to come back. He's killed almost 40 credits of ice, but I've got almost 10 credits.
That archer's gonna do its work. Don't worry.
As if I can lock him out of R&D right now and just score out of this remote, because he's almost out of the ability to break.
So I run R&D, and unfortunately, no spooned. I have to just.
Right.
I think that's what I was checking.
Yeah.
Any Davids left? Any possibility of spooned?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely zero shenanigans. I have to actually play Netrunner and go through ice twice.
Yeah. I think I also checked for parasites. But then you get to see some cards.
Steal.
Oh man.
And then steal, and that's the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
probably the next turn might have been just purge.
Yeah, my plan was to purge this turn, and that would have been able to lock him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was thinking through my head. I was like, okay, I have one shot. I have this one shot. It's like a movie. It's like you got one shot, kid.
Yeah.
I got all the agendas. Thankfully, were not in his hand.
Yeah, but I think that speaks to the power that Wayland can have. Is that even though he blew up 40 credits worth of ice, I still almost managed to lock him out.
It's insane how good Wayland is right now. I think in the meta, Blue Sun specifically.
Yep.
But still, Tim, you did a really good job with the core Wayland deck.
Yeah. And we should see that one in a upcoming video.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should.
See,
All right.
secret spoilers.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you guys. Have a good night.
Yep. No. Thank you.
You too.